Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Herculean Homeschooling. I'm Sarah, homeschool mama of 6. We have been homeschooling for 6 years now, and usually around this time, February, March, right before spring break, sometimes after, we often start to feel that homeschool slump that a lot of people feel. So for this video, I'm gonna give y'all 10 ideas of how to spice up your homeschool and help y'all get through that homeschool slump. Or maybe you've just been stuck in your house a lot with COVID, or you're like us down in Texas, and anytime snow or ice is mentioned at all, everything totally shuts down. So for the next week and a half, it's looking like we are gonna be home a lot. So I didn't put any of these ideas in any particular order. Number 10 is not any better or worse than number 1. You can take what you like, ignore what you don't, and just let me know in the comment box if you used any of these ideas and what worked for y'all. So a lot of these ideas you can either do in addition to your homeschool, or you can scrap your traditional homeschool day, and it's gonna be just as fun. You're gonna learn just as much and do something totally different. Idea number 10 is to do a service day. There's a lot of service that you can be doing at your home without having to go anywhere. There are coloring things you can do for Meals on Wheels, or a lot of those types of places love when you get the bags, like the lunch sacks, and color those, write notes on those, and then you can just give stacks of those to groups like Meals on Wheels, and they love to include those. You can do that with nursing homes. You can color pictures, and while we can't go into nursing homes right now, I know at least around me, a lot of them are accepting those types of donations. So you can write little love notes to the residents for the nurses and things to go hang in their rooms, and that just brings such a joy. You can even go through your pantry. That's a little spring cleaning to go along, and go through and see what stuff maybe you can take out to donate to a food pantry. There are a lot of people in need right now, and that is a great way that you can spend together as a family of just doing service and thinking about others. Idea number 9 is a life lesson day. That's what I call these days in my house. Those are days when we focus on how to do the laundry, what budgeting looks like, and how to budget your money, how to sew on a button, things like that. Like just little things that a lot of times, at least for me, I just do, and my kids just rely on me doing those things. But we can take days to really focus on teaching them how to do those things, and then that way they get to do it, and we just call it our life lesson day. Idea number 8 is to do a readathon. Do y'all remember doing those in elementary school or something? We did those to like earn money and stuff. I don't even really remember why that helped us earn money, but people would like pledge for how much you read or something. Anyway, you don't have to do it like that, but you can pick a book, maybe a shorter chapter book that you guys are gonna read aloud, and you're gonna read the whole thing all in one day together. And my kids just love it. A lot of times we'll do that as a pajama day. If you have a fireplace, it's great to stoke up the fire and just snuggle up together, read, go take a break for lunch, come back, read. And it's just so fun to get to read a whole book in one day, and we call those our readathon days. Number 7, you could do just a craft day. Some of my kids are big crafters, some of my kids aren't. Personally, I'm not a huge crafter, but I am happy to have supplies out as long as they clean up their mess, for them to just create and have that time for them to sit on the floor or at the table and cut up construction paper, or use a gallon of glue and make slime or something. And they will spend hours and hours doing something like that. And it's just great to let their creative juices flow. Sometimes they'll make stuff for the holiday, if there's a holiday coming up, and then they'll decorate their doors with all the crafty things that they've been working on. And we don't do anything else that day. It is just their art class, and they get to create. And it's really awesome to see when they have the time and there's nothing else that's in the back of their mind that they have to be working on, to just see what they come up with. It's amazing. Just using some old boxes and seeing these worlds that they'll create, putting these boxes together. And it's just really fun to just let your kids go and have a whole day where they just get to be creative. Idea number 6 is to do some kind of a physical fitness day. There are a ton of great yoga videos for kids or for families that you can get on, or there's some other great yogis out there that do some awesome videos, and it's just a nice, calm, relaxing way to start or end, or to just put in the middle of your day to do something totally different. Another fun physical thing that we like to do is an obstacle course inside. Sometimes we'll read a book like Going on a Bear Hunt, and then we'll create our own obstacle course. If you have to go over this and under this and through this, and it usually includes the stairs. Sometimes it includes getting in a sleeping bag and riding down the sleeping bag down the stairs, just going throughout the whole house and making some kind of obstacle course for them to physically be moving. Sometimes we'll also do a physical challenge where we'll challenge each other and we'll tell somebody like, let's see how fast you can do this, this, and this. Like go run around the kitchen table, climb underneath the coffee table, and then do 5 jumping jacks, and then we'll time them and see how fast that person does it, and then the next person gets a turn, and we'll kind of compete doing an obstacle course or just physical challenge, see who can do it the fastest and mix it up. And that's just a really great kind of a brain break sometimes in the middle of your homeschool day, or to just do a whole fun day of physical activities in your home. Idea number 5 is our tried and true movie day. Who doesn't love a great movie day? Get some awesome snacks, get your blanket, your pajamas, and there are so many really great educational movies out there on YouTube, on Amazon Prime, Netflix. They all have lots of really great movies. Now, it doesn't always have to be educational. We actually here in Texas had a snow day the other day, and I grew up in Ohio, and one of the snow day things that I remember doing is watching a movie called The 10th Kingdom with my sister. Y'all, this movie is like 7 hours long. No joke. It's super long. It's really fairy tale, and I just loved it growing up. And so I was really excited that we had a snow day, and I'm like, I'm going to introduce my kids to the 10th Kingdom. So we watched all 7 hours in one day, and the only time we took a break was like bathroom and lunch and dinner type thing. It was so awesome because my kids were like, we never do something like this. And I stayed up and watched it the whole time, and I never take 7 hours to watch screens. I mean, who's got time for that? But it was amazing to just sit back and enjoy that time together as a family. And that is totally a-okay to do something like that every once in a while. It's a great treat. Idea number 4 is to have a day where you speak in a different accent. Sometimes we'll do it just for like an hour. Sometimes, depending on the room you're in, you use a different accent. So being in Texas, sometimes we just go into that southern drawl. My kids tend to be really good at that. And then we will change our accent and go into like an English accent. And then we will travel to France and do a French accent. And it's awesome. It's so fun to hear the different accents that my kids do. And we'll try to guess our different accents. A lot of times we will do that with our homeschool curriculum as we're reading a read aloud, or as we're doing our math. Everybody has to speak in a certain accent while we're doing math together. And it just really breaks up that day and gives it something fun and different so that we can kind of get over that slump that sometimes we can get into. Idea number 3 is a day in the kitchen. Let your kids just plan and make breakfast, lunch, dinner, and sometimes it's cooking, sometimes it's baking. We'll all be in there together, or sometimes my kids want to have a total takeover, and then you can do like a restaurant where they get to take your order and write it down and serve you, and it's really fun for them, and it's great for mom too, to get to let them take over and not have to make every single meal myself. That is another life skill that I think is really important for our kids to learn: how to cook, how to menu plan, how to use your budget to get the groceries, everything like that. Really great life skills that they can have the opportunity to do, and that is covering so many things. They're learning so much with just taking a whole day and letting them take over the kitchen. And don't forget that cleaning up is part of that. So they need to learn to clean the kitchen while they're going in after as well. So that way it's not more work for you. Idea number 2 is a game schooling day. We love playing games. We have quite a variety of games. We have a lot of friends that have a lot of games, and sometimes we'll switch. If they have a game that we haven't tried and vice versa, we'll trade games with our friends. And so, because I know some board games and things, they can get kind of pricey. So check with your buddies and see what they have and what you guys might be able to swap, and then just spend a day playing games. There's so much education that can come out of playing games, and we remember so much better when we've learned something that was reinforced through a game. So I'm a huge game school fan. If y'all have any favorite game schooling games, please comment down in the comment box and let me know what those are. We really like Zeus on the Loose. Is a really fun, fast game that does have some educational benefits to it. Some non-educational games, my kids really love Throw Burrito. I think just getting to deck each other with a soft burrito. I mean, what's better than that? Those are some of our favorite games to play as a family, and I can't wait to hear some of yours. But we really will just spend all day just taking out a game, playing it together, putting that away and getting out another one. Sometimes the littles will play one while the olders play a different one, and it's really awesome. I love game school days. My final suggestion is to do a poetry tea time day. This has been kind of a thing floating around, and if you're new to my channel, I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to homeschooling. All the extra fluff, I don't usually do. It's just open and go with our curriculum, right? But so sometimes we need to break up those days. And this poetry tea time idea has been floating around, and I'm like, that seems like a lot of work. But you can do it in a minimalist type way. And we're not huge tea drinkers, but hot chocolate works awesome. You can also just get some little Debbie Hostess snacks or a package of cookies and open them up and just sit around and enjoy each other's company and read some favorite poems together. And it's just that quality family time that mixes things up from the everyday, here's your language arts, here's your math, but to just really enjoy that time together as a family and learning and sharing and growing. And I just absolutely love those precious moments in our homeschool that we get to spend together. I hope some of these ideas have been helpful for y'all. Again, please let me know if you try any of them or how you like to break up your homeschool day, how you help get yourself over that homeschool slump. Let me know down in the comment box what those things are. If you would like to see my most recent video, you can go ahead and click this button right here. But before you do that, don't forget to click my picture and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.